Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to celebrate episode 123. Never thought I'd start like that, but sometimes you just got to get in the water, you know, like it might not be pretty, at all, but sometimes you just have to get in. I went swimming in Palm Springs last week, and it's just like, is swimming not just so underrated? I don't know. I don't want to talk about this. All right, welcome in. Everyone take your seats. Oh yeah, 4th of July. Insane. I mean, the Beach Boys. Insane. Like, I could have never prepared myself for that night. Yeah, okay, so it was warm during the day, and I had an outfit in my head. Like, I was like, okay, I know what I want to wear. Like, this is kind of like my concert outfit. Keeping in mind that the temperature might dip a little bit, you know? So it was like jeans and this cute top I wanted to wear. And then, like, a little bit before we were leaving, I went to take Helena out to pee, and I was like, there was just something in the air. Like, I was like, whoa, like this has how do I explain it? Like, there was just a tinge of absolute frigidness. Like, it's like, if you're really locked in right now, if you're really just not trying to be in denial, that was the thing. It's like, listen, what do I want this to be? It's July 3rd. It's summer. Like, what I want to wear and what I feel like I should wear are two different things. You know, it's like, sure, I want to go summer dress. I want to go jean shorts and like a little whatever, you know, a little linen, just drapey long sleeve, like whatever. I want to be that. But it's like, listen, if you're really living in the moment, something I didn't do last night, and I'll get into that regarding Mendocino Farms. We have a lot to get through. If you're really living in the moment right now, you will notice that it is kind of cold. It's kind of cold, and it's like 6 p.m. right now. So can you imagine when we start diving into the 7s? Can you even fathom when it starts slipping into the 8s, descending into the 9s, absolutely catapulting into the 10s? It's gonna be fucking freezing. So I had my little cute outfit on, which I was wearing jeans and like a black kind of, it's like 3/4 sleeve, like little button up, has like some polka dots on it. It's really freaking cute. And it's like, whatever, it was just perfect for that weather right now. But I was like, wait, I'm actually like kind of cold right now. Whatever. Okay, so I come back inside and I'm like, I think I have to change, you know? And I was just, because I was proud of myself earlier that I was like, in my head quickly I came up with an outfit and I just got into it. And I was like, this could have been a longer process, and it wasn't. But then I had to change. So then my boyfriend's like, you think it's gonna get cold? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, let me go outside and like see what it feels like. And like, I thought he was gonna come in and be like, okay, like you're overreacting, like whatever, like, or like, you know, you do you, I don't want you to be cold, but I'm gonna wear this. He came inside and he was like, it's gonna dip. Like, we were both like, it was like we were storm chasers, and we just saw a fucking category 10 coming from 500 miles away. Like, we were like, all right. So changed, you know, wearing jeans, a warmer long sleeve, still kind of cute summery, but then I took a full on like parka. Like, I took my winter jacket pretty much, like this green Gap puffer jacket. And my boyfriend did his version of, you know, a puffer, and like we were layered out. Like, and when we started leaving, you know, when you're a pioneer, when you're a trendsetter like this, you experience doubts. Like, we got in the Uber, and yes, it wasn't like so warm, but I was like, God, I was like, is this necessary? Like, I'm really wearing like a damn puffer jacket around my waist. Like, this seems insane. And like, this long sleeve top, like I wish I had just worn a tank top and like something over that. Like, I don't know. I was just like, am I hot? Like, I started to get stressed out. And we had like the chillest Uber driver on planet Earth. Like, you know, when you just meet I just like people who are normal. Like, and it's not like normal doesn't mean basic. I don't even know what basic means these days, but it's like, I don't even think of it as a bad thing. But it's like, normal is just like, you're not being weird. Like, someone gets in your car and you're just like, hey, what's up? Like, how's it going? Like, it's just sort of a tone you have. It's sort of a feeling. It's a presence. Like, you're just like, why is anyone ever being weird? Like, there's just no reason for it. Like, absolutely none. He was just great. And it's like, we were really enjoying talking to him, but I was also in the back of my mind like, oh my God, like, am I really just bringing a freaking puffer jacket right now to the pre-4th of July Hollywood Bowl extravaganza? Like, am I insane? And so we get out and, we kind of like meet up with the rest of the group just organically. Like, we happened to get let off at the same time that they were walking up, and like, people are in shorts, they're in tank tops, and I'm like, wow. I'm looking at them and I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna end well for them. You know, like, they look scared right now. They look like they're in denial. They look excited, but they also look like they know what's coming. You know, like, they're less mature storm chasers. They're just up and coming storm chasers. Like, they were like, okay, like, we didn't know. Like, we just didn't know. And me and my boyfriend were like, yeah, like, you'll learn from this. So, and then on the way up, everyone kind of started talking about like, oh, it's kind of like a little colder than I thought. Just a little chatter about the weather. And that's when it started to dip. And that's when I was like, okay, this is why you do it. This is why, you know, at first you look like a fool. At first you look like an insane person. But then slowly people start to come around to you and you just have to hold your ground. And that is just, you know, kind of a lesson for everything in life. But the temperatures definitely dipped. Like, I put on my puffer real quick, and like, you know, my friend Kevin was sitting behind me. Poor thing, he had to go buy merch. He had to go buy a sweatshirt. Like, this man's in a t-shirt and shorts. I'm like, Kevin, what are you thinking? You know, Kevin Kamia, an absolutely iconic stand-up comedian, a legend, an icon. He's incredible. You should look him up. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what he was thinking on that, but he had to go get a sweatshirt. And, you know, one could argue, I've said this in the past, it is kind of fun when you're sort of forced into a purchase. Like, you're like, oh, I have to grab a jacket. Like, I have to pick up a sweater, you know? And it's like, it could be a great piece for you down the line that you wouldn't have gotten had you come prepared. But listen, I wasn't trying to buy a sweatshirt the other night. I just wasn't trying to. Like, I don't need one. And, yeah, I was really, really grateful. We brought our puffer jackets and were able to enjoy the night comfortably, because I remember a time, oh, I don't know when this was, maybe 2010, 2011. My mom and my sister and I went to see Mumford and Sons at the Hollywood Bowl, and we were freezing. It was for my mom's birthday, so it was in November, and we were so cold. Like, I just remember it starting, and I'm like, wow. Like, I truly felt like I was like, you know, on one of those boats, the safety boats after the Titanic went down. Like, I was just like, who's coming for us? Like, when is this over? You know, it was tough, and I feel like that really scarred me, and I was like, I don't ever want to be trying to enjoy a concert and be cold again. Yeah, but the concert was absolutely phenomenal. Like, it just brought back so many memories. I was singing my ass off. So the concert's going, I'm having an absolute blast. Then the fireworks show starts. And I don't know why, just like this seed of anxiety starts to plant in my head. And I'm just like, okay. You know, like, I'm just like, we weren't actually very high up, but it's still like, okay, we have to go down the stairs. We have to go down this whole winding path. Like, I just started to form this whole scenario. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, what if I go down there and then like I text my boyfriend, like we have to leave, but he doesn't look at his phone. And then like everyone starts coming out and then I can't find him. And then I'm just walking in like thousands of people. Like, I was just starting to spiral. And I feel like I just know at this point, like, if I'm just like feeling like that, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I don't know, the fireworks were just so loud and they were so powerful, and it was just such a harsh transition from these like absolutely soothing Beach Boys tones that I just like wasn't ready for it. It was like jarring, like it was just like physical. And so I was like, I gotta go. Like, I am going downstairs and I'm just gonna like take a breather, you know, like I just like, there's a lot of people around me, like I'm just gonna take a beat. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, okay, I'm going downstairs. And I thought he just knew from so many times of me being like, I have to go, that I was feeling anxious, but I guess he didn't. Cause like I thought he was following me and he wasn't. And so then I get down into the fresh air. I mean, we were already outside, but just like into a fresh space. And I'm just even closer to where the fireworks are being ignited. And it truly, I felt like I was in Nam. Like, it was just, there were just, it was the loudest noises I've ever heard. They were like absolutely reverberating through my nervous system. Like, I was like, this is probably taking at least hours off my life. I'll say that. And I was just standing there, and then I started watching them, and I was like, you know what? I kind of just needed a moment to be alone. Like, it was like maybe a little too much like group stuff, like from the day before to this group concert. Like, I was just like, I need a moment to drink in these fireworks solo. Like, and I was like so grateful that I was able, like, I was like, oh, like feeling anxious kind of led me to come here and like have maybe a better experience than the one I would have had, you know? And I was just watching the fireworks, and then I couldn't help but notice that all these people were leaving. And I was like, I didn't know we really had that choice. You know, like I was kind of confused yet inspired by them. Like, it's like, oh, there's a fireworks show. And it's like, who's leaving at the fireworks show? And it's like, they were like, we don't care about the fireworks. Like, we came we saw what we came for, you know, we saw the Beach Boys, and now we're done and we're leaving and we're gonna get to our cars. And I was just like, I didn't even know it was a choice. And I liked that they just kind of took the power back. Like, they were just like, we don't care that you're fireworks, like we're leaving. And I was like, just sort of blown away by it, which is also an observation I couldn't have made if I was sitting in my seat, because I maybe wouldn't have really noticed people leaving. I don't know. All just to say that sometimes, like, you know, uncomfortable moments can lead to better things. And I texted my boyfriend because I was like, okay, I'm feeling better, but I was like, why push it? This is something I'm learning too. Like, in the past, I would have just gone back upstairs to our seat and maybe felt anxious again. And I was just like, I knew why I felt anxious. Like, I feel like my lack of sleep, like I was so tired. And I feel like whenever I'm tired, which is why I'm just like, I'm very like strict about my sleep. Like, I just don't do well. Like, I'm just become weak, and like I couldn't like mentally override this anxious thought I had. So in the past, I would have been like, okay, I'm feeling better. So now I'm going to go back up to the place where I initially started to feel a certain way and like probably feel it again. And I was just like, Chase, like, it's over. It's basically over, you know, it's over in 5 minutes. And I just texted my boyfriend. I was like, can you come downstairs? Like, can we go? And I felt bad. I mean, I like, you know, I texted people afterwards, like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't say goodbye, whatever. Not that anyone noticed, like, it was honestly a big group, but I didn't want to, I wasn't ever trying to like bounce silently, but it just turned out that way. My boyfriend came down and we ended up just getting out, and it was just like so fun. And I was just glad. It's like, yeah, maybe I would have gone back up there and I would have been fine, but it's like, why push it? It's like, I'm feeling good now. It's like, let's just go. You know, the fireworks are over. And yeah, it was really, really fun. 'Twas really fun. I mean, did June even exist? Like, I feel like truly, like when it turned July and it was July 4th, like I was like, wait, what about June? Like, we already lived it? Like, I don't think I was there for it. I don't know if you guys were, but yeah. I was able to get to the beach last week, and I really did it right. And also, a lot of times when I'm going to the beach, and I know I'm going to the beach, I usually know the day before, the night before, I'm like, okay, I'm going to the beach tomorrow. And then the morning will come and I'll kind of like delay it, and I'll do things that are gonna like make me leave later than I wanted to, because I feel like guilty about going. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be going, like I don't deserve it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna drive out there and like, you know, it's gonna be like a 4-hour round trip, you know, and I don't know. I just like start to feel so guilty about it, and then I delay it, and then when I'm driving there, I'm just like, ugh, like the whole time I feel bad about it. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I should just be like working on something. What I should be working on, I don't know. I'd love to know, but yeah. So I like sit there and I just feel so bad, and then I get there and I'm like, every time I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I came here. Like, don't do that next time. Like, it's so, like, just enjoy it. Just commit to it and enjoy it. So last week, like, I was really, the night before, I was like, I'm going to the beach. Just accept it. Accept it. I'm not having second thoughts. I'm not being like, I shouldn't be doing this. And I really did everything right. Like, I got up and I even like packed, well, I made breakfast before I go, which is often something I don't do. Like, I'm like, no, I just want to get there, you know? And then it's like I get there and I'm starving. And then so the whole time I'm just like, okay, well, I'm hungry and I need to leave soon. So I was like, you know what? Yes, it's going to take 15 minutes, but it's like, make breakfast so that you're already good to go. And then I made breakfast and I was so satisfied. And then I even like brought a bag. I had cut up some fresh strawberries and I put them in a bag and took them. And I got to the beach and I was like, a snack just goes such a long way. And I know I'm embarrassingly late to that. And it's like, I've brought stuff in the past. It's like, I'll have some plantain chips, you know, and just bring the rest of them. But it's like, there's something different about like actually cutting up fruit and putting it in a bag, like not just grabbing whatever's on the counter, but it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm always grateful for that. I guess I usually bring an apple and it's like, cool, I have an apple, you know, like it's not very exciting, but it is something. But the strawberries just took me to another level, and I was like, imagine having 2 snacks. Like, imagine having strawberries and maybe some like lightly coated chocolate almonds. I don't know, I'm just riffing here, but like, how crazy would that be? I don't know. I was just like able to enjoy it so much. Okay. Okay, I might have to do it just, okay. I don't know if I can get into the Mendocinos things right now. It's too fresh. It's too fresh. It happened last night. Okay, so I was at getting my hair cut probably a month ago, and I was in the chair, and this woman came in, and to the hairstylist next to mine, she was like, "Are you Mary's daughter?" And the girl was like, "No." She was like, "No, you're thinking of this person." And the woman was like, "Oh, okay." And like, she like walked away. I don't remember where she exited, or I wasn't really paying much attention to her. But then the hairstylist next to me goes, I'm Stacey," or she was like, "No, Mary's not my mom." She's like, "Stacey's my mom." That's what she said. And then the woman like walked away, and then sort of like as an aside, she goes, and Stacey's my dad. I don't know exactly what she said, but it was like, no one responded, and I was like, wait, what? Like, I was like, I don't know exactly how she said it, but I was basically like, I was like, sorry, are you saying, I was like, if no one's gonna say anything, I will. I'm like, sorry, are you saying your mom and dad both are named Stacey? And she goes, yeah, both of my parents are named Stacey. And then everyone started to be like, wait, what? Like, how, like, my hair cutter was like, how did I not know this about you? Like, this is insane. And I was like, yeah, I knew it was insane. Once again, I'm the storm watcher. Like, she's saying something and you guys aren't even, like, picking up on it. I'm like, I had to be the one to clarify, like, is this what you're saying? Are you telling me that both of your parents are named Stacey? And it was confirmed. And I was just like, God damn, like, you do not hear something like that every day. I mean, what are the odds? So it's like her parents met and her mom's like, hi, I'm Stacey. And her dad's like, me too. She's like, hi, I'm Stacey. I'm Stacey. No, my name's Stacey. No, my name's Stacey. Okay, I don't know. I mean, truly, I don't even know one person named Stacey, let alone a pair, let alone a married couple. Do I know anyone named Stacey? No. No, I don't. I knew a girl named Stacey in kindergarten and she only stayed 1 year. It's like, how weird is that when that happens sometimes? It's like, I remember her. She did kindergarten. She was like, I'm out, you know, and her name was Stacey. And she had really blonde hair and like blonde eyelashes. So yeah, that's the only Stacey I've ever known. I mean, now I'm like getting paranoid. I'm like, is my best friend named Stacey and I'm not remembering? I don't know. Stacey. Hi, I'm Stacey. And this is my husband, Stacey. We're Stacey. Stace, do you want some steak tonight? I don't know, Stace. We had steak last night. Should we do chicken instead? I mean, come on. That is absolutely wild stuff. Yeah, and that happened a month ago, and I'm just still not quite over it. All right. God, I guess it's time for this Mendocino's lesson. I didn't know. Okay. Friday. My boyfriend's been out of town, and it's nice. Like, I miss him so much. Don't even get me wrong. But, like, it is so nice to have our whole apartment to myself, and, like, you just do whatever you want to do all the time. Like, it's incredible, but it's like, I do miss him so much. Like, whatever. It has nothing to do with him. It's just nice to have a space to yourself sometimes. So I really get into the spirit, you know? And so Friday, I like worked on my speech for my sister's wedding all day because I hadn't even started one word. I hadn't even written down one damn thing. And I was like, I can't live on until I just like sort of just bang out a meaningful chunk of this, which I did. And so I was like, okay, tonight I'm going to go on a hike. I'm going to Target and I'm going to get a Mendocino salad. That was my night. And I was so excited for it. One of my sisters calls me. Not the one who's getting married. Well, actually, she's getting married too, but later this year. So she calls me and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going to do this. And she's like, oh, well, do you want to walk with me like around here? Like, I go on this long walk. And I was like, well, I was going to go to Target. And she's like, I want to go to Target. And I was like, well, and I want to go to Mendocino Farms. She's like, I'll go to Mendocino Farms. So I'm like, okay, yeah. You know, it's like, why not? So we walk. It's really fun. And then Target, like, it's like closer to me, like where she is, it's not that close. So like, there's like Target, and then we're like, should we just go to Marshall's, which is like down the street from her? And so we were like, yeah. We did not expect to shut Marshall's down. Like, it got so late. Like, we were like, what the hell is going on? We got seriously lost in the pajama section, which I've never even like ventured to. And it's just like, it was, I don't like to say this, but it was giving. It was fucking bringing forth so much. Like, it was crazy. And we just were there so late that by the time we left, it was 8:50 and Mendocino's was closing at 9. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was a really fun, different version of the night I was wanting, but it's like I was really craving that Mendocino salad, which I didn't get. So then the next night, I was like, okay, same plan, like take two. And I went to Target first, which was extremely fruitful. And then I was driving to the hike, and my other sister called me, the sister that's getting married this weekend. And she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm driving to the hike. And she was like, wait, I want to hike. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you can meet me, because I was almost there. So she meets me. We start to go on the hike, and I see a coyote. Okay, no big deal. I've seen a coyote before. It's laying down. Then I see a coyote puppy, and I'm like, oh boy. Then there's another coyote, and this one is on the loose. It's roaming. It's active. And my sister's like, are you scared? And I'm like, no, because I actually saw a coyote last week when I was on a different hike, and it was really nice, and it just came out of the brushes, and they're not interested in you. Like, they don't want you. They're scared of you. And so I'm like, I'm not scared. Okay, then 1 second later, like, this thing did want us. Like, it was locked in on us. Like, it acted like it had gotten word that we were, like, from social services trying to take their kid. And it was just, like, following us. And so we turned around. We were like, okay, whatever. Like, we're leaving. Like, we're not gonna, I'm not testing the theory of whether coyotes, like, want to attack people or not, And my sister's like, I can't get mauled, like, a week before my wedding by a coyote. And I'm like, true. So we were like, fuck it. We're not going to go on the hike. We'll just walk around the neighborhood. It's fine. This coyote followed us all the way down. And then, like, we went into this parking lot where there were other people, and it just stood across the road staring at us. Like, I was like, okay. So we ended up pivoting to a neighborhood walk, which was honestly so gorgeous and so much better than the hike. So another example of, like, how something potentially bad or negative can turn into a better thing. Like, I was like, I'm thankful for that coyote for running us off the track so we could go on this more, like, peaceful, beautiful walk, like, through the hills. So then we got done, and I was like, in my head, I just was so set on getting Mendocino, even though this thought started creeping in my head because we were near Gelson's, which is sort of like a luxury supermarket. And I was like, fuck, I could get, like, some sushi from Gelson's. And I kind of wanted that, but I was like, no, like, I really want to go to Mendocino. Like, I just had this vision from the night before that I wanted Mendocinos, and I was like, I don't know, like, I would get an avocado roll. Like, is that really enough? Like, I'm kind of starving. Like, I need a hearty, I was gonna get chicken Caesar salad. So I was like, okay, no, I'm going to Mendocino. I call them up, I order it, I park there, and it's like, I have to go even, like, Gelson's would have been on my way home. I have to go maybe, like, 7 minutes out of my way to go to Mendocino Farms. I get my salad, and I get home, and it's just like, it's like I knew it wasn't going to be that good. Like, I don't know. I just, like, started eating it, and it's just like, I was like, okay, it needs more dressing. No big deal, no big deal. Because I always get my salads, they're like, do you want it mixed in? I'm like, yes. Like, mix it in. I'm not trying to have, like, dry-ass salad and then come home and try to put the freaking dressing on top. Like, you guys do it, but I always get extra dressing on the side because people's perception of dressing is just drastically different. I mean, I honestly think we need to have, like, a meeting as a nation. Like, what constitutes just, like, a properly mixed salad? Because so many of you out there are just not sort of understanding it. So, like, I knew it was not really greatly mixed at all. And so I was like, no biggie. That's why I have my extra dressing. Putting more in, shaking it up. I'm eating it. And I'm like, God, it's just not translating. Like, I feel like every bite, like, I need more dressing. Like, it's not punching through. It's not coming through. And then it's like, after a few bites, I was just like, yeah, it's not a good one. It's not a good one. Like I've said, it's like every like almost maybe like 7 times I go to Mendocino Farms, it's not good. Like the chicken wasn't great. I know that's kind of gross. Like it just wasn't great. And I didn't even finish it. And I was like, okay, like usually I'll do like a YouTube watch, but there was nothing I really wanted to watch on YouTube. So I was like, fine, I'll watch something. And it was just like, I guess I'll watch the new Sex in the City. And I had started I finished the first episode and it was terrible. It was fucking terrible. Like I know everyone knows it is, but it was like actually another level of terrible. And I didn't want to watch it, but it's like, okay, this is a good companion piece theoretically to like a 20-minute salad sit down. You know, I'm not trying to watch TV all night. Like I'm just trying to pair this subpar Mendocino salad with something. I didn't know the salad was subpar then. And like I start watching Sex in the City, I get 5 minutes in and I'm just like, I can't watch this. It's unwatchable. Like it's just not even bad that it's good. Like it's just fully the worst thing I've ever seen. I won't watch it. I can't. I'm like, I want to watch it. I want to watch it. I can't. So it was like, damn, like this was my night that I wanted. And like the show sucked, the salad sucked. And it was like, I was like, why did this happen? You know, like, and I really like it hit me later. Like I was like, because I wasn't really being present. I wasn't really living in the moment. I had this idea for the night before that didn't come to fruition. So then I tried to pawn it off on the next night. And even though when I was like, damn, I kind of want sushi from Gelson's, I was just too stubborn. Like I was like, no, I'm going to Mendocino's and that's final because I said I was going to Mendocino's without like really further questioning, do I want to go to Mendocino's or is this just something I decided in the past that has nothing to do with this moment? And I know I'm like really exaggerating it, like it's not that serious, but it was sort of a good lesson just to be like, live in the moment. Like I know I had this plan to go to Mendocino's, but something maybe better came up and I was too set on this like outdated agenda to deviate from it. And I just feel like time and time again, that's never the move. Okay, I don't need that. Oh boy. Okay. What's keeping me going these days? Not much. Not much. Basketball's done. It's like, I know summer league's on. I can pop in here and there. It's like, I don't know. I can't get too locked into it right now, but the only thing keeping me going really is Duolingo. It's the only thing I care about. It's the only thing that matters. I Duolingo I can't stop. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. It honestly gets me out of bed. It's the very first thing I do. I do about 30 minutes of it and then I'm just like, I want to do more, but I suppose like I have to start the day. And I just cannot recommend it enough. Like it has truly changed my life. It's like if you only can speak English, that's a problem. Like you cannot just walk around life speaking one language. Like, I don't know. I just prefer Spanish. And now my boyfriend's learning it, so it's like we can speak it to each other. My neighbor Maria, I speak it with her every day. It's like Spanish, especially if you live in LA, it's like there are many people you can speak with to practice and get better at. And I don't know. I just prefer who I am when I'm speaking Spanish. Like, I think I'm a better version of myself. Like, everything sounds good. And it's like, I feel like my accent's like really coming together. Like, I'm just like, I kind of just want to move to fucking Mexico and call it a day, you know? But I don't know. But I highly recommend it. And even yesterday when my sister was like, okay, I'll meet you there. so I knew she was gonna be like 10, 15 minutes. And I'm like, the last thing on earth I wanna do is like go on my phone and look at social media while I kill time waiting for her to come. So I just fired up Duolingo again. Like it was like, damn, twice in one day. And it's like, yeah. And I've also just been having things in place. So like I don't look at my phone. I now have like a crossword puzzle book in my car. I usually just carry my book with me because there's just no excuse to ever be like, I need to kill 15 minutes. I'll just like, I have the green light to go on Instagram. Like I just have a fucking, chunk of time to scroll through TikTok. It's like, no. Duolingo's there for you. Crossword puzzles are there. Reading is there. Maybe just even like taking a quiet moment to yourself is there. Something I'm telling myself right now. It's like, I'm reading this book, 4,000 Weeks. Like, it's just blowing my freaking mind. Like, it's just about like time and time management. And it's just like, do we always need to be doing something? Like, we even think of like leisurely time as like, okay, well, my leisurely time I spend doing Duolingo, reading, like it all has to be working for this like greater good. Oh my God. And I wrote down this quote. Let that fucking sink in. It's like everything we do is like for this purpose of like the future. Oh, and that's how I felt before I started feeling anxious when the fireworks came on. Like I was like, the fireworks came on. It's like, I didn't even think about it. My hand just went to my phone and I'm like, okay, like let's take some pictures. And then I'm just like, but why? Like they never translate, first of all. Like I'm never like, oh, look at this killer shot I got of this firework. It's like, who is this for? And it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just, this book is really hitting me. Absolutely speaking to me on levels I didn't even know existed. And with all that in mind, my subpar Mendocino salad, I'm so mad about it, but it was a good lesson to learn. Yeah, my dress, I ordered a blue dress for my sister's wedding. It's coming tomorrow. I ordered it last Saturday. Like, sorry, like, are you guys trying to give me a heart attack? I mean, I freaking pray it fits. I have a good feeling about it. It's like, I actually love the dress. Like, it's not a situation where I saw a dress online and I'm like, I don't know, I guess. Like, I love this dress. I think it's so chic and like, I think it will be very flattering on me. But it's like, we got to put this bitch on, like nothing is guaranteed. So that's coming tomorrow. And then, yeah, countdown to the wedding, my speech, etc. So thank you guys for tuning in to episode 123. It's really been a breeze. 1, 2, 3. And please subscribe, rate, review if you can. Yeah, subscribe, hit a rating, 5 stars, leave a review. It's quite simple. They've updated my Audacity code, breaking news. It's all caps, chase 15 and a percentage sign. Don't ask me why. Let me double check that. Oh, that's how I love it. It's gonna be all caps, chase 15%. So yeah, got some crucial stuff for summer if you need, if you want. Okay. Do I have anything else to say? I guess not. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Bye.